guys? I am Shane Davis, Twitch your comic book veteran. I'm here with Yanzi, and today is the day we are in this year, getting ready to go into 2024, and we are going to go into the year of the cancel pigs. And Mark Waid is King Oinker, I would say. Can't quit thinking about Comicsgate. This all started to happen with the Mark Miller, maybe the Penny Parker book. I don't know, but all of a sudden, everybody's upset. Everybody's thinking, why are comics down? Retailers are packing their inventory up, getting ready to go out of business, shutter their stores. And here's what Mark has to say today.
Well, to be fair, Mark is trying to steer the conversation away. So over here, he's talking about a GoFundMe for a woman long suffering from endometriosis and in dire need of surgery. So he's saying, I'm relinking it below. He wanted to limit it only to friends and so on Facebook because he was complaining there are a lot of trolls in the comments. In his words, he says, it took the Comicsgate and alt-right trolls. Ooh, wait, this is important. He made a distinction between Comicsgate and alt-right trolls. Ooh. Okay. Less than an hour to try and overrun the comment section with now deleted hate about totally unrelated grievances. Blah, 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 how truly bottomlessly awful these people are, tantrums, twisted, desperate women in constant pain, so on and so forth. And then he goes on to say, these are the same professional victims who say the most despicable things imaginable and then scream bloody murder because liberals and SJWs aren't willing to see things their way and give them a hug. They are cancer on the industry, full stop. Hello, Mirror, Mark Waid, Mirror, have you guys met? And for someone who's saying, overrun the comment section with now deleted hate about totally unrelated grievances, he ends up with a totally unrelated grievance and he says, I want my tombstone to read beep Comicsgate. So you want to raise money for a woman, and you want to talk about Comicsgate for like what? 1, 2, 3, 4 whole paragraphs? Really?
What is going on with these people? Why fuck Comicsgate? And I have a couple of feelings on this, and or theories, I guess. But I feel it's because Comicsgate is going to be proven right over time. I feel like a lot of bad decisions, poor decisions with characters not listening to fans. And this is an interesting thing for them to try to maneuver. Now, this is coming off the backs of Heidi McDonald and Bleeding Cool and people like that, kind of trying to frame everything as manga. The industries were making more money than ever. But see, that money goes overseas. You're buying an export that actually maybe the retailer makes a little bit of money. And again, with manga, they can't really compete with Amazon. They can't compete with big bookstores where you're able to browse and you feel comfortable and there's lattes and all of that stuff. Or Walmart, big box stores that are now holding manga. So retailers really aren't really thriving off of manga like you would think. And a lot of these guys did not open shops to be manga shops. They wanted comic shops. And Mark, even if he wants to agree with Heidi or something like that, Mark's, he's got less job opportunities because now there's less comic work because rates have to go down because they're selling less, all of these things. And that puts them in a really weird, spicy place. They couldn't have been wrong all these years. Since 2015, 2014, they can't be wrong all these years in comics. That could devastate an art form. That could bankrupt publishing, period.
Well, Rob Liefeld has this to say. Because he recently announced he's going to be one of the X books. So people are, of course, talking about all the X-Men titles and obviously about the heydays when there was him and Jim Lee and all these other talent on it. And over here, he recommends all the old collection. And he calls them the gold standard. No galas and ball gowns and magic resurrections. Yikes, that is kind of a bit of a snip at the whole Jonathan Hickman's run, isn't it?
Yeah, that was where the polyamorous relationship of Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean Grey, a lot of let's make Bishop kind of 100 pounds thinner and feminine without guns, cool stuff. I mean, like X-Men has kind of been not what it should have been. It's really gotten away from itself. And back to basics is the thing that every now and then you have to do. You have to go and say, why did people love X-Men? What do people love about X-Men? What X-Men action figures are people actually buying? And it's the classic stuff. It's the Claremont stuff. It's the Jim Lee stuff. It's the John Byrne stuff. It's the 90s stuff. It's all of that, the 80s. You have to appreciate the brand and not take it for granted, or the fandom that helped make it. And again, that's part of what Comicsgate really is, listening to fans, appreciating the fans, making comics for the fans. Now, if you've been rooting for this diverse change, if you've been rooting for like Black Captain America, Woman Thor, Asian Hulk, all of that stuff, diversity, how about representation? How about a gay Superman? If you've been rooting for all that stuff and the data, you've had years at it, companies are looking at like, hey, we're going to go out of business if we don't radically change. I mean, you have Disney saying woke is making them bankrupt. The memo's going around. The time is up. You guys had resources, you had time, you never got this to work. So what do we got to do? We got to go back to basics and hope to ask fans to come back. Now, it's easier to keep customers than it is to ask customers to come back, because once people step away, they realize I have a lot of extra money now. I don't need to drive to the store every week. And that's part of the problem. They don't. They picked up other hobbies maybe. This is going to be interesting, this X-Men reboot. It's going to be Tom Brevoort. I think Gail Simone is working on it. And Rob, can they right the ship for X-Men? And if they do, I don't think it's only going to work for 5 months. Yeah, they need a solid 2-year plan with top creators. Look, Rob is one of those top creators, but he's one top creator. You need a lot of top creators for Marvel all across the board. And look, all through the 90s, Marvel got by with 2 titles, basically 2 books, 2 franchises, multiple books, obviously, Spider-Man and X-Men. Really, Marvel can survive just off of those 2 IPs. So can they get X-Men to work again? We will see. But in the end, why is Mark Waid thinking about Comicsgate? Why not be thinking about how to right the ship, make this industry work again? Mark, don't think about us so much. We're not thinking about you. Axcend Level Up is up and funding on 9 Lives Comics. You guys can go over here. Whopping $103,000 and moving on to $104,000. Please go over here, support independent comics. You know, trying to make unwoke comics a thing. I'll leave you guys with a trailer for Axcend Level Up.
I dream of a world carefully crafted, beautifully flawed. This is Axcend. In this game of life, there is one thing that determines a victor. A player's ability to grow. A player's ability to evolve. A player's ability to survive. My name is Dog. Choose to play. Choose to upgrade. Choose to level up. Choose to Axcend.